Alright guys, we're going to be dropping off the forcible entry prop at each station for about 2 weeks at a time. We're going to also drop off some wood. This way you guys can practice some techniques, both A shift, B shift, and C shift. And then at the end of every 2 weeks, we'll be rotating it through the county. What we want you guys to work on is some single firefighter and double firefighter methods for forcing an inward and outward swinging door. We're kind of labeling this as proactive forcible entry. There's going to be some links attached to this with some gentlemen on YouTube that just did an outstanding job with forcing doors. And we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're just trying to get you guys the equipment and the door to be able to practice on. But we want you to basically try the single firefighter method. This way you can deal with forcing a door if your partner's not quite ready yet. He's not fully geared up yet, or he has to go back to the rig to get a piece of equipment. You should be able to tackle that door on your own. So let's practice that way. The same thing as far as proactive forcible entry is, we want you guys to be forcing the door without having to be told to do it. You should be able to get off the rig, and while the captain's going and doing his 360, if I'm not going to ruin this flow path and I can force the door and control that door and control that flow path while the captain comes back, that's one less thing that we have to worry about when we get geared up and fire attack and search go on. It's done, it's out of the way. What we saw a lot on the acquired structure burns and multiple shifts and multiple different stations coming in is they weren't forcing the door until the 360 was done and the captain got there, and now they're behind the 8-ball. So what we're trying to be is a little more proactive with it. With that being said, if the captain gets around and decides he's not going to use that, say, A side door, he has the ability. We have the ability to go ahead and chalk this door and leave it, and it's secure. But at the same time, a second means of egress is taken care of. So even if we decide Cap wants to go through the Charlie side, we've taken care of this door. But at the same time, we're also ready to rock and roll if Cap says we are using this door and we're going in. With that being said, I have a water can for protection with my partner as I go inside. So what we're going to do, and Ryan demonstrated it on the other video, is when the door is forced, we want to read the fire behavior. We want to get down low. It's just like vent enter search. What's going on? What's the smoke doing? Doing a live fire layout? Live? Is there anybody in here? Calling out. Is fire department? Is there anybody in here? Listening, looking at my layout. What are we about to get into? As well as looking for any fire conditions as well. With that being said, at this point, I want to go inside and do that inverted triangle that Ryan did. He went inside, he did a quick little search, not turning it into a primary search, not turning it into a whole freelancing event. We're searching in the vicinity of this door. There's a large percentage of victims that just don't quite make it to the door, and they're found within here. So if we can force the door, we open it, we do that, and then we shut it and do door control, then we're being a little more aggressive and proactive while the rest of the fire attack team is getting ready to go. Ryan's doing the single firefighter method, being proactive with forcible entry. Captain's going around doing 360, gathering information. Ryan's on air, forcing the door. He's going to get ahead and, while his partner's still getting ready, he's opening the door. And he's going to get ahead and do his live fire layout. He's looking down to see if anybody's in there. He's reading the behavior of the fire, of the smoke. And he's going in and doing it like an inverted triangle. Getting in within a few feet within the structure, looking for any victims that might be trapped just inside that door. Comes back out, and at this point he's got door control, and he's awaiting the captain's orders whether or not we're going to be using this entryway or putting a door chalk in there and maybe going in through a different entrance.